Mango Bay, Mango Bay.
Mango Bay.
Mango Bay, Mango Mango Bay, Mango Bay, Mango Bay, your Mango Bay.
For the exclusive content, don't forget to join our Patreon at patreon.com/Mango-Bay. Mango.
Bay.
Mango fucking Bay.
Baby, Mango Bay. Welcome to Mango
fucking
Bay.
The premier podcast for South Asian recklessness. Featuring
Absolutely.
your
Couldn't have said
fucking-
it better myself. Here, the number one podcast for junglies across the land.
jungly
what it
vibes. You are
And literally the greatest comedy podcast in the world.
I don't think there's anything better. I really don't think I can say that with full confidence. Ain't nothing better.
Ain't nothing better.
Nothing better, dude.
Nothing
We
better.
aimed the nipple for the O,
Better.
and he's got the mango. You should get a tattoo that just says MANG.
And then the over my nipple.
No, I'm just thinking about it. We're just thinking about it. So, welcome to the podcast. We got a Patreon that y'all need to join immediately before we.
Oh God, yeah. Should I do some Patreon shout outs?
Let's do it. Let's
First
do
of all,
it.
what's on the Patreon? Do you remember? What even is the
Dude,
Patreon?
the Patreon has nothing on it. Just kidding. Shut your fucking mouth. It has audio only bonus episodes, full audio episodes where we just go off audio. All right. And it's just kind of freeform as fuck.
Oh wow,
Super
what?
mango shit. We got news clips, roasting the news, goofing off on things that
I've heard of that. That's where those hilarious Monday clips on Instagram come from that everyone loves, right?
Yep.
And
The
they just come
Onion.
from a much bigger riff, right? Where it's just like insanely funny and smart content, right? That's the thing.
Yeah, it is. The
Holy
Onion actually
shit.
wrote to us and said, we're quitting. That's how good we are. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, Onion works as a better name for y'all anyway. So they're giving it to us. We also got early access. So if you need more mango, if you need more mango in your fucking
You need
body,
it sooner. You need that fix.
it fucking hits you a little earlier on Wednesdays every week. This week, I kind of fucked it up. I put the Gujarati episode before the thing. So it was that y'all got it 2 weeks ago. So don't kill me. But every
Okay.
week on a Wednesday. And we got mango bites, little bloopers, little outtakes from the episode where we're just kind of like, a little story here, maybe a little offbeat shit there, a little fun, small little clip, little bite exclusively on the Patreon.
Oh, love it.
Well, dude, all this, it must be $800, all this stuff.
I was gonna say, how much is this? Like a million gazillion fucking dollars?
A second? No, it's actually get this. Just fucking get this for a second. $7 a month.
Holy shit! You mean 23 cents a day? What the fuck?
Dude, and our viewers know that Pranav just did the math on the spot. Okay.
Literally.
That's fucking good. That's 7 over 30,
Indeed,
bitch. Get
the
it?
world's premier math podcast. Oh,
Who's
let's
running that
shout out some real ones.
Yeah.
Let's shout out some real ones who have joined the Patreon. We got Sartaj, classic, just single Indian name.
King.
I love that.
The king.
The king. Kapish Chima. Okay.
Shit, we went from one Indian name to the most Indian two names.
It's true. Then we got
Chima.
Anika Tasneem.
Oh, yeah, Bengali, that's name, my girl.
Nice. We
Shakta's
got
also Bengali.
Varun.
Shakta's also Bengali, by the way. So I'll tell you, Bengali showing love. Love to y'all. Love to y'all.
Varun.
Another. Some of y'all Indians think y'all are Brazilian footballers. Can
I
y'all
know,
get with the last names? Jesus.
I love it, dude. And then we got Samo Samir.
Samo Samir.
Yeah,
Come on, it's fun.
that's
Samo Samir.
yeah.
You finish it on both
Yeah.
ends. How about that?
Martin Zafarullah.
What happened there?
It's Arab dude.
Okay, Martin.
Then we got Mahindra Varma.
Sure, dude. Kapil. Dude, Mahindra Varma. It should be like, it's a great
Then we got
athlete.
Jasmit Baba. Jasmit Baba.
Bhai Saab, kya baat?
Then we got Harsiman Dhaliwal. Good.
Dude, what? Did you go to some BJP meeting or something? What's going on?
It
Jeez.
was a free Khalistan meeting. This guy's from Pakistan.
Free Khalistan.
And then we've got his Pakistani handler, Arub Syed.
Oh, handle too hard sometimes, they say.
And we got Vivashvat Shastri. Vivashvat, very famous horse, maybe.
Sure. It's like the Indian sea biscuit. Yes.
Yeah. And then finally we got Kushambala.
By the way, the Indian sea biscuit would be called toast biscuit. But anyway, keep going. We're moving. That's all the fucking nuts we had today, man. I'm in fucking France right now.
You're in fucking France, dude.
France,
You're in Paris.
Oh, I smell like shit, and I'm
Because
loving
when
it.
in France, right? When in
Dude,
France.
oh, I thought it was a joke, right? I was like, haha, no deodorant. I get off Charles de Gaulle, and I'm like, dude, this is an open air airport, and it smells like I'm inside a pig's asshole.
It's worse than like India or Bangladesh, you know?
Because at least you see orphans like jumping into the river sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Dude, it is just hot.
Also, there's enough air pollution in India and Dhaka and Delhi and Dhaka to like cover up the body funk too, probably.
Yeah. People die and they smell better in Dhaka.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In France, dude, in France, these people do not be fucking putting on deodorant. And it's just, it smells like pits. That's all I'm going to say. Gorgeous people.
It's because they're so horny. They just need to suck up all the pheromones.
Is that what it is? I think they're very much a lustful culture. People are kind of out there. Everyone's hot. Everyone's sexy, smelly, which is also, again, in the right amount, smelly is sexy.
Smelly is sexy. I like a pit smell on my girls, like a little bit of funk.
A little bit.
Yeah, I like, of course, who wants to be with somebody who doesn't smell like anything? It's
You want a little dirt. You want a little dirt. I remember I was kissing a girl's, like trying to like do some sexy move where I was gonna like take her jeans off with my teeth, right? So I get down there and I'm like, whoa, if it's smelling like this now, Jesus Christ.
Through denim, it's penetrating denim. That's fucked up.
Layers and layers. I'm like, what? So, but I love it in general, dude. I'm not a person who needs fucking the prim prop, and especially if someone goes too far with it, it smells too good. I get a little turned off, to be fucking completely honest.
I guess a bad vagina smells like what? Burnt peanuts? I don't know.
What?
You're very touchy. What?
You were saying it like I was gonna be like, hell yeah, dude. Burnt peanuts. That's
Boiled
my guy.
peanuts, maybe.
You know when you go to a baseball game and it's like run down, no one's paying for stuff. You know, like a shitty team, like a Texas Rangers.
You know what it smelled like? Let me take you back to the summer of '68. No.
Take me out. I can't finish the song. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Dude, so we're in France right now. I'm loving France, dude. I'm fucking enjoying it. Like I'm with somebody right now and we're just hanging out. Dude, France is so beautiful. I'm like looking at the architecture. I'm like, dude, this is so ornate and beautiful and just the proportions. And they're like, that is just the trash can. And I'm looking, I'm like, yeah, dude, the trash cans have like
taking pictures. You're taking like cell pictures
dude,
of the trash
like,
can.
Hashtag art. They're like, what? And they're like, I get hit by a Coke can. Like, what is, don't hit the art.
You're like, this is the Louvre, right?
It's just like a Toblerone that's been shit on. You know what I'm saying? It's a triangle. It's a pyramid.
It's funny because Toblerone is already shit. So
overrated fucking
gets fired at Toblerone.
Dude, it is such a fucking wild place, dude. It's like, you know, everyone's quiet, it's like fucking full as fuck. Everything's gorgeous. The comedy, I did some French comedy, you know what I'm saying? It's so funny because it's like, you know, you see the parallels. Like we have like, you know, like if someone would be like in America, like I'm from Jersey, everyone's like, right? Like automatic, everyone knows Jersey, you make a retard noise, right? Their Jersey is Algeria. Right, so
that's
like
fucked up.
It's fucked up as fuck, dude. But
fucked up.
Everyone's accepted that Algerians are like to be fucked with or something, and I'm like, what is going on here?
I think France is fucked with Algeria enough.
That's what I'm saying, dude. So it's like this fucking Algerian, y'all know what he's about. Everyone's like, yeah, absolument. Algerians, they're dirty, they're dangerous. And like these fucking cool ass Algerians are hanging out everywhere, giving kebabs fucking out the ass, dude.
I've thought that they would shit on like Belgians or something. They have enough guilt about what they did in Algeria.
They hate Belgians too. And they call Belgians racist, more racist than them. So like Belgians, I've had some Belgian exes, and Belgians literally will say the N-word and then start like, you know, dancing around a little bit. Like I had a friend named Maxime, and you know, a little fuck buddy, and she would always be like, yes, the N-word. She said the N-word and be like, what you gonna do? I'm from Belgium. Like,
I've definitely seen that before. I used to date a girl from Bulgaria. She's like, in my country, they just say, and she just said the N-word. She's like, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm like, there is definitely something wrong with it, bitch. Like,
especially because you're cavorting around as you say it, you know? She would walk into the Brooklyn bar. This was her game, Maxime. Great person, but she'd walk into a bar and be like, hello, and then say the N-word. And then start just like walking like some sort of European brinksmanship or something.
Bonjour, Edward. So nice to see you.
Hello. And
Edward.
oh my god, you guys like monkeys. You guys are like monkeys. And it's like she's like laughing and like she's doing like a Cosby thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And this woman was like, unbelievably hot. And it was kind of like it was like seeing someone juggle 3 nuclear bombs, just like, look at me, I can do whatever I want. The level of privilege, the European white girl privilege is a whole different level.
Dude, when people try to talk about America being racist, it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Because America, on balance, compared to other countries, is probably the least racist country. I don't mean, you go to any other country, okay, you go to China, they have commercials where they're literally putting black people in a washing machine and they come out white or Chinese. Dude, right? You go to Europe, Spain, okay? My friend was telling me he's Spanish, right? In Spain, they have a candy called conguitos.
What is this?
Conguitos, little people from Congo. They're chocolate malt balls. And they're called conguitos. That's fucked up.
That's fucked up, but I've tried them.
And they're delicious.
I mean, they're unbelievably delicious. Conguitos.
Becomes the conguitos, you become King Leopold. That is,
you buy enough, you get a Congolese slave. Actually, that's what happens, dude. Sponsored by King Leopold. Leopold Snacks presents. Oh my god, dude. I mean, first of all, King Leopold might be the in top 5 most evil white people in history.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, in a sea of evil people, he might be one of the winners.
He's the most evil. Yeah.
Or fucking reals. But then you don't see like in America, because you're right, America's racism is very like specific. You don't see like communal violence dished out against Jersey yesterday. It's like very much like more endemic in the fucking space.
There is a so-called structural kind of racism that exists, and structural violence in general, which there's no doubting it. But I just mean on the level of like casual racism.
Casual racism, exactly.
In any other country, it's way worse. Is 100%. Way worse.
It's not just black people too. It's like basically whatever you are, the darker version is always being hated on. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like in Sri Lanka, the light skin, I mean, it's all the same. Colorism is like just this, you work outside and you get toasted, and so now you suck because you're poor, blah blah. Yeah. Conguitos though, that's a level that I just don't think is even I mean, it's
a whole new level. Then on the other hand, you're like you're dark, you're disgusting, at the same time quite delectable, quite tasty.
That's so funny, is because they would probably eat that, and if they saw one, they'd throw the thing at them. Yeah. So now, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the level of fucking depths. Yeah, they start some kids biting Congolese kids. Jesus Christ.
And then it becomes more degrading. Here, catch.
Just one small. I mean, I'm trying to think of what other snacks are like that level of racist. I mean, Oompa Loompas can't be the most not racial thing. I mean, it's a bunch of fucking leprechauns with green hair,
and they have, like, who's that racist against?
Mexicans. They're orange. Think about that. You know what I'm saying? An Oompa Loompa. Don't tell me that's not a Dominican name, maybe. You see what I'm saying?
Oompa Loompa. It's like a Dominican first name. Yeah, it's like an invented Dominican name. Oompa Loompas.
Oompa Loompas. So I don't know, but I'm like in France. The last place I've been to Istanbul. That was the last one abroad. And that was, I mean, dude, these places, bro. I'm loving it, right? And then I'm thinking about, like, I could live here. And then I just think about like not doing stand-up here. I just bounce.
No, dude, when we were in Austin last week, for those of you who don't know, we were in Austin, Texas last week. I remember before going there, I was like, this has become the new comedy capital of the world. I went there, it was fucking ass, dude. Yeah. It was assy as hell. New York is still the fucking place. New York is still top of the fucking heap when it comes to comedy. There's no other place.
I mean, dude, you go there, you have some food. Something happens when you eat food that's good. You're like, I could live here. Something about like when you eat good food somewhere, you're just like, I don't want to move from this chair. I just live here now. And it's like that. It's like, dude, our minds are just fucking machines that have no concept, just like, I could live here. And you're also a person who just fucking, you like something and you're like, what if this is my whole new personality?
I know.
You have like this thing, which makes you an amazing comic, is like, when you find something awesome, you're like, hey, this ring light's pretty cool. I'm going to make sure I Find out this ring light is my whole life. You should go to the place where they make these ring lights and live there.
What the fuck are you talking about? How is that me? That is not me at all.
Dude, it's like you get locked in. The idea of like the Shens and Yunzes thing, like you find one thing and it becomes sort of.
I have a highly obsessive
brain, which is hilarious because
that's why I'm good at comedy though. I got good at comedy fast.
That's what I'm saying.
Obsessive. Just monomaniacally fixated on it, and I love it. That's why.
Bro, I had a friend just like you, bro. His name was Shishto. You know him. He would get he had the same thing you have, where it's like this highly, deeply, intensely focused brain. But then he does this thing where after 30 days, he just fucking. So but I remember growing up, right? This guy, bro, he would master a thing per month. So he would like, I like yo-yos. Dude, he became the most amazing yo-yo master. Fucking day 31, he's like, dude, yo-yoing is for fucking gay dudes. And then he stopped doing it. Then he got into World of Warcraft. In 1 month, he became like the ultimate necromancer mage, and he bounced. You have the separate thing where you actually just stay in it. You stay in that.
Listen, Shishto sounds like a genius. You know what I mean? Like he can just do the thing, and then he gets very bored of it. The only thing I don't really get bored of is like stand up. You know, like doing stand-up comedy, because that's a very difficult thing, and just like it's why is because it's also a thing of self-realization and self-actualization. So it is all about self-development to become good at stand-up. But
that's what I'm saying. It's like it's the idea. Once you click into that, though, once you actually click into self-development, it's like there's no stopping you. Because that's really the thing that is.
There is some stopping you. If, for instance, you just start without consent beating off in front of people, that will stop you.
Dude, but did it stop him? Did it stop him? He was kind of like, sorry. Anyway, I'm back.
Here I go.
Now I think he's going faster. I think. I don't know, dude.
It's like a hummingbird.
I call this a hummingbird. He's refined his technique over the pandemic. We all self-bettered, and now he has a technique that's just like it's got like 3 sides. He's like doing this.
Yeah.
But with his dick.
Which I think was the precursor to masturbating for kids. Before they could beat off, they would do this thing.
Like, what if I just move this energy down? Yeah. Dude, I would not be surprised, and you can quote me on this. I think Louis might still do it. You see what I'm saying? Like, if he's touring again now, I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, would you allow me to do this? Now, maybe it's with a girlfriend now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think the urge just dies away? That fucking weird urge. I think he still does it. And I think
I don't know. I think, in the realm of carrots and sticks, I think getting stripped of millions and millions of dollars and shamed out of your most beloved thing to do in the world is a big stick. So I don't think he does it anymore. I don't think he does. You know what I think he does? I think he beats off and he puts on a wig and he beats off in front of a mirror.
You think he has like a cutout model of all the ex-women that he does, and he just looks at them and just with the wig on, of course. That's fucking insane. Yeah. You jacking off at me? Huh? You jacking off at me? Huh?
Is that like Robert De Niro? You jacking off at me?
Exactly.
Jacking off at me? You jacking off at me?
Robert De Niro, of course, his face looks like he's coming at every moment in a movie. He's just like,
he's like sad coming.
He's the cum where you know what, when you come and then you feel sad, he's coming and he's getting sad during the cum. He's like, exactly. This is so depraved. He did sad coming. And Pacino's angry coming. He's like, they're like, it was all
like,
what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my god. And that's, dude, him, I kind of want to see him because they found like Ben Kingsley to do
my penis out of my pants.
My penis. That was great, Al Pacino. That was great. Anyway, that's a wrap on Donnie Brasco. Y'all are amazing, dude.
It's so funny. I just watched Donnie Brasco today.
Dude, that's fucking weird shit, dude. That's fucking weird shit. Yeah, I love that. I think underrated film.
It's a great movie.
Underrated film, dude. In the gangster pantheon, it never gets the love. It never gets the fucking, on the level. And I think it's as good as fucking.
I mean, his character just really elevated it out of just a mob movie, better in a way that like a Goodfellas or this or that couldn't. So, because he was like such a sad character in it.
Yeah. Well, because he's an aging gangster and nobody respects him.
Aging and he's like a little bit incompetent and he has a good heart, but he's like the classic guy who who is just unfulfilled in life, feels undervalued and unfulfilled.
He's one of the best gangster characters ever made, I think. His whole movie is basically he finds this guy he can find his self-worth through. You know what I'm saying? This Johnny Depp character. And then he kind of like in this way of beginning of finding self-worth, he finds love for this guy because he's a fucking sweetheart, you know, and then at the end, the guy fucks him and then he fucking dies. Yeah. And it's one of the great tragedies. A man who just couldn't find respect or love in his fucking life only because he was kind of not good at what he did.
Well, it's that, and it's that he was always looking for it from externally, right?
Sure.
This is the whole thing of it with that. Like his whole character was like, I don't get any respect from all of these people who he himself didn't even respect, you know?
Right. I mean, so many people live like that, dude. So many people live like they surround themselves with people that they assume they need to have in their lives to better themselves. But every moment of their day is fucking pain because they don't.
This is whether you're in the mafia or you're an accountant, I don't understand the people who are just upset and hate what they do and then just keep doing it. Right. Like there's two paths. There's one is you get the fuck out of that and you stop doing it. And then the other is that you are able to adjust your perspective on it to not care about it anymore and still just do it.
Right.
What I mean?
Dude, so I mean, you know what it is, dude? It's people are inert, right? It's like once you have a style of life that keeps you alive, you know, this keeps me alive.
Of course.
You're terrified to go anywhere that might keep you not alive. So now you're not living by any means besides don't kill me. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Exactly. That's exactly it. And the misery itself is something of an addiction, right? It's such a habit.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that just becomes, it just calcifies into that becoming your behavior. That's who you are. It's like cutting a groove over and over and over again. And then that is who you are.
I think I'm wondering if it's like that thing it is fear of death as well. Like the idea of misery loving is like, even this is better than death. And the idea of death is so scary to them that I'll just stay in this thing because it feels like not death, which is the scariest thing I can think. So I suppose they can't think of a better thing possible in life. Either it's death or it's that.
Right.
You know, it's just two different paths. And they hate their whole lives completely, but it's not death. That's why they like it. Or they have to stay in it.
That's interesting.
I don't know how much of that is true, but I think, you know, in terms of like the fear of death, in terms of like when you start living more, right? Like warriors who were like, I fear not death. All they did was do what they love. They killed people. They just did it. Yep. And they didn't fear death because they're like, if I die today, I lived as I wanted. Yeah. So really, there's nothing else left to do.
Yeah, I see what you're saying in the sense that the people who are miserable like that are miserable because they're living in constant awareness of death. Right. And it's not even a healthy awareness of death, right? There's people who embrace the fact that they're going to die and then they live accordingly in a much more positive way. But then there's people who are just like, I'm going to lose all of this soon, right? They can't see, they're so attached to material life that it's just made them so fucking miserable. They can't stand it, you know?
And that's some bitch ass shit, dude. Yeah. That is some bitch shit. Get your fucking act together, uncle. Really. You know, all I did was see some sad aunties and uncles growing up, you know, and the more I think about it, these are the amazing people, you know, and I look back and I'm like, oh, that guy was sad.
Beautiful people, aunties and uncles. I'm trying to do a Sebastian Maniscalco.
Beautiful people. Beautiful people. But hey, wake up, huh?
He's got the bed.
Dude, Maniscalco also coming, but in Italian, he's like, constant, a full body come. It's more of a full body.
He is come, as far as I'm concerned.
He is one Italian sperm, just fucking hopping around in the sky.
Looking for an egg.
I'm trying to fertilize an egg over here. Gonna fertilize a fucking egg.
Looking for an egg.
Get an egg. Dude, one of the best comedians of our time. Dame, one of our best comedians of our time. But the idea is like the fear of who I grew up with, you know. My dad didn't do what he wanted, really. You know, my mom, all she did was complain and be sad, you know, about her status in life, you know. Now, to be fucking for real, I've never seen my parents happier, actually. It's only at fucking 65, 63 that I'm seeing my parents actually enjoy their lives. My dad has a nicer, easier energy. You know, I didn't see that growing up. They were just, you know, anxiety. Oh, my mom, angry. You think she's having a good time just because she's older? That makes no sense. I think she's found out some things that made her feel good.
I think at the end of the day, if you're half sentient as a human being, you just come around to the idea that it doesn't fucking matter.
There it is.
You know what I mean?
To find that at 61, shut the fuck up. I ain't trying to find that at 61. You know what I'm saying? And my dad told me this, bro. He said it to some other uncle, but it was like indirectly, I took that compliment. I'm like, bitch, that's mine. You fucking try to compliment me through the uncle. Fucking, I'm taking it. He told his uncle, his uncle was like, oh my God, America's Got Talent. That's crazy, man. Are you proud of him? And he's like, yeah, it's cool. And, whatever. He's doing the thing, cool. Right? He's doing the whatever. It's late. It's chill. It's vibes, It wasn't a set. It was just vibes, right? And then he's like, he found out, he said this to him without me, I was being outside. He's like, he found out the key before he was supposed to. He said this. He's like, he found out the key before he was supposed to. And I'm like, it was such a nefarious thing. He's like, and you didn't want me to know. He's like, yeah, he understood that you have to find, what you want, you find and you go for. And he said it like that. He said he found out the key before he was supposed to. And I was like, that's an incredible compliment, but also in a very nefarious way. Like you even through all the discord from really doing stand-up, you knew that this was the right thing to do. But I guess your own ego was so wrapped up, or your fear of a shitty son or a son who couldn't do shit was greater than your understanding of life.
Yeah, you know what though? Here's the thing: is I think I have respect for parents who give their kids a hard time. Yeah, because you need hardship to create things, right? It's an inherent part of living. Without any kind of struggle, we fall apart as human beings, right? And as a society, it's just like you need a bit of attention. And if reality is sustained on the unity of opposites, and that unity demands tension, conflict to some extent, you know what I mean? It's generative. It has a generative property.
Yeah, I'm with it. The eroding of the ego due to conflict, due to suffering. I'm with it. Life is suffering, right? And if you don't have that, you become the white kid who kisses his mom on the lips, mommy, right? That weirdo. And I think it's like, I'm not sure if they were just like, as my mom was beating me, she was like, oh, what a great lesson he's learning through my understanding of life, pow, with belt. So, let's not give it that much love there. She was also angry and they didn't know what else to do besides hit her son. But inadvertently, I think there was a lot of growth. My dad,
she was like, this guy, she wasn't thinking, I'm going to make him the greatest comedian of all time. It's like, no.
Here's a premise. Here's a tag. Here's another tag. I'm like, oh my, here's a full special, bitch. I wish. There was a joke a friend said of mine a long time ago. And again, it was a joke we've made before. It's like, my dad wasn't around. I wish my dad beat me so I could become a movie star, or at least touch me enough so I can be a poet. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. It's Josh Johnson. Not the one we know. It's a guy from Dallas.
Yeah.
His name is Josh Johnson. He was a great writer.
Great joke
writer. And he would do things, bro. Like he would go up to a full Texas ass fucking compare, piece of weed outside the mouth ass crowd. And he would do jokes about Doctor Who for 20 minutes, dude. This guy was unflinching, and not in a way that's condescending or ironic in little Portland ass ways. He's not doing ironic jokes about Doctor Who. He's doing deep, heartfelt, powerful material about Doctor Who. Dude, and it's like these guys who are like, what? Japan. And I'm like, this guy's the fucking man. You'd love this comic. He might actually be your favorite comic. You don't even know. He's in a comic. He's already unbelievably esoteric and unbelievably not alt with the esoterica, which is a crazy mix. You don't really see that anywhere actually in comedy. Patton Oswalt to a certain extent, but he was unbelievable. And he was a guy actually who was all through fear. He was all fear, man. He was fear. He was just constantly creating great shit. But he was always telling me like, dude, I can't have a moment to myself because if I do, I'll kill myself. He'd say this. So he wouldn't, that's why he knew everything about Doctor Who, is because he needed to keep watching shows. Yeah,
exactly.
Because in that moment where Netflix is loading up a new movie, he's like, fuck, and then the movie starts.
The slightest inward reflection is like, that's it. He's gonna fucking kill himself. That's horrifying. It's truly horrifying, dude.
And this is a guy who lived in fear, man. He lived in complete fear. And when those guys who are such nerds, sometimes they're nerds because they're outrunning any sort of self reflection. Because really, when you have a good TV show, you're completely locked in. You're engaged in that world. There's no death when you're having a good TV show. You don't feel like you're gonna die ever.
That's why people in general obsess and watch so many TV shows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is the whole thing about TV. Is like people are like, this is great drama. This is art now. It's like this is ultimately all of this shit. TikTok. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
It's just fucking. All it's doing is keeping you from looking at yourself.
Yeah, dude. Now, I wouldn't say that, the highest dramas, Paul Thomas Anderson, those are putting the death right in your face. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're watching something of that caliber, for the most part, dude, for the most part, you're not walking away from Squid Game like, man, I really grew. I'm a new man. I'm a new man.
Squid Game changed me.
You're into a squid. You watch a lot of TV.
Yeah.
Your fucking brain's mush, then fucking mush.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I fall into the fear ideas. I'm not saying I don't fucking have the fear, but I've gotten pretty elastic with it. The fear is now welcomed. It's like a friend. Have some tea with it. Fucking show it around, and then fucking out you go until the next time.
Yeah.
I mean, fear is the same thing as happiness for me. It's the same thing as doubt. It's the same thing as everything. Fear is just one, part of the wheel of fortune at this point.
I 100% agree. And the more you latch yourself onto that wheel, as opposed to just let the wheel spin around you.
Yeah.
That's the difference right there.
When the wheel spins around you, you're gonna hit everything. Fear, surprise, doubt, fear, love, fear, joy, surprise, all that, anger, it's all coming.
Yeah. And again, like you said, none of us are immune to it, right? All we can do is the awareness of it is the step. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely the first step in it, is the awareness. And then, with the awareness comes the practice of reminding, right? Is remembering that. And I think the more and more you do have those remembrances, the stronger and stronger you get. Your reflex against that becomes much stronger, much more profound.
Right.
And, Osho said something which I thought was very good, which was that it's not about happy or sad. Huh?
Pull down your pants. Sorry. And I think that you pull down the pants of your ego. I'm a fan of Osho too. I'm always shit on him when you talk about him. I'm a fan of him too. Actually, I read his meditation.
Yeah, no, so Osho
has the gyan.
Great thing that he said was that actually it's not about happiness or sadness. It's about bliss, and bliss is the state that you're in when you can accept happiness and sadness as one thing, right? And that's actually him talking about Krishna and the teachings of Krishna.
Sure. And then he said, pull down your pants. But
he said, Arjun, pull down your pants. I'm going to smack you, idiot. He said, pull down your pants.
I'm getting Krishna said, pull down your pants. Hey, 100%, dude. 100%. I think being attached to anything, happiness, sadness, fear, all that it's a recipe for fear again. You see what I'm saying? Like it all just goes right back to fear. Now, the key is to make your brain a muscle. It's treat it like a muscle. Do reps, do sets on it. Because now people love to do this thing. They love to do this thing where they're like, I wish I was like you. I wish I was born with the genes that say I'm serene, But alas, I have 8 types of depression and I have ideations of blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I'm not trying to undo the chemical imbalances of human beings, but you saying that is putting it off. You put it off to all the work. Now all of a sudden, Usama and P don't have work they've done. Now they're just genetically enhanced. They're just genetically happy.
Or they're just lucky. They're just lucky people. They didn't have this, that, and and it's, but it's like, what do you do? Like, I can't say that I'm not a chemically imbalanced. What does it mean to have a chemical imbalance anyway, right? It's like, that's a very weird, in terms of normativity, it's a very bizarre thing. In so many other cultures, they take people who are different and they usually have a function in society.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the town sad bitch, you know what I'm just saying?
Town sad bitch. I love it.
Shit eater, town shit eater,
Everyone has their role. You're the town sad bitch. You go be sad, so I feel good. And I'm the town homewrecker.
Public masturbator. You know what I mean? He had a purpose there. He had a purpose.
He He was to make, the town sad bitch feel better about him. It's all
exactly
connected, right? Now, here's the thing. Town sad bitch needs to get come on by town masturbator. Now, town sad bitch is town mad bitch. Now he's had a different emotion. See what I'm saying? It's all about the flow. It's about the flow.
All in the flow.
I in America, there's a couple of things that are a problem, right? It's the expulsion of fear as an even part of the life.
Yeah.
And a need for the joy as every waking moment.
Yeah.
Right. So those two things, first of all, already like just polar opposites, right? And then also when you have the happiness, protect it at all costs and never let anybody come at you for it. And it's like, dude, this is a recipe for people killing people, because it's like, my family, don't touch my family, as opposed to the humanity's gone. The nuclear family becomes the most powerful thing, which is the stupidest idea, I think, that we've ever come up with as a society, that the nuclear family is the unit of interaction. The fact when we took out communities and then just put it into 5 people, it's like, dude, now I have a 1/4 chance of like hating everybody in the fucking house. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
If you hated your family in a village, you just ran to your fucking, the giving tree or the fuck, or the grandma, whatever. It's all these things you could go to that would bolster you. Here, you say, fuck you, mom, and you run to your room and you're alone in your room. And there's no one, you're just alone stewing. And that's the culture of self-sufficient growth with nobody around. And I think it's fucking dumb as fuck, dude.
It's dumb as hell. I want to hear more about France. What are you doing there? What's the itinerary? You've been having fun?
Dude, I've been fucking, dude, it's like you go to France and it's like you smell and you want to fuck. It's a weird thing. It's like something about the food there is so good. It's just like you eat one piece of bread and you're like, should we just do anal at the table?
They're so horny that you remember when the Me Too stuff really started coming about, jumping off. French women were like, excuse me, without the harassment, how am I going to get the dick?
In France, we roofie ourselves. Yeah. We give it to ourselves in case the guy is a pussy. You know what I'm saying? Dude, bro, I went to a bar and bro, these motherfuckers, these women are fucking like Harvey Weinsteins, bro. They get on the bar, they're like, hey, what's up, man? It's like, dude, I feel a little, I'm covering my nipples. Like, they're very horny. They're very horny, wild, looking good, got the fucking vibes, got the fucking blazer with the fucking midriff showing on the blazer long. Woo! Hot. Then I look over at I see the girl I'm with. I'm like, boy, dude, this is better. It's just like she's like right there. She merges in. And this person, dude, our friend, dude, she knows fucking French like you wouldn't believe, dude. She's just fucking
is her French on point like that? I could totally see that.
Bro, people are like blown away when she says she's not from here.
Yeah.
Right. And I know some French. J'ai étudié à l'école pendant 4 ans, right? I speak French. They look at me like I'm the big man from of Mice and Men. They're like, shut up, you fat oaf. Right? Dude,
where's your halal cart? You brown mongoloid.
Dude, you're a fucking Algerian. Get the fuck out of here.
Are you good? Where are the flowers you're trying to sell me, bro? Where are the flowers you're trying to sell me?
Yes, keep pushing the card. It was that level, and every time she like wins another Frenchman over, I become a total retard. And it's like, I don't mind seeing it because it's like, she's so good at it. She's so good at Francais, dude. So French people are assholes, dude. A little bit of assholes, bro. They're like, if you don't know how to walk the walk and talk the talk, even our hotel receptionist is a little bit of a bitch. You know what I'm saying? We came down and we were like, French people have this way of making you feel dumb for very, very simple questions. So like, what's a very simple question for hotels? It's like, can y'all have the housekeeping up at 3 p.m.? You might as well have said, because they looked at us like, yes, the housekeeping will be there. And I'm like, oh my God. We walked out like, dude, we feel like, what the fuck was that? It's not like I walked up to where I was like, what's an apple? Like, dude, you see what I'm saying? Like they
yeah, I do. They're pricks. They're huge pricks.
Absolute pricks, dude. They're literally pricks, man. Yeah. But you gotta love it because you walk around Paris and it's literally the most beautiful motherfucking place in the world. The buildings are all have like forenses and high relief sculptures. And I'm eating the food. I'm like, oh my God, this is the most amazing thing. And they're like, that is a napkin, you dumb fuck. I get it. I understand the pretension now. So before I would see it, I was like, they are surrounded by some of the greatest works of art in history. And it's not just you have to go to a museum. You're just fucking in the street, bro. You look up, there's like a fucking golden horse being ridden by a goddamn, it's crazy levels of art there. I don't know. What European city have you been to that has that level of art? Have you been to like Rome, maybe? Rome?
I've been to Rome.
Right?
I've been to Paris before, been to London. I don't know. They're fine. They're nice places.
I love it. I personally love the architecture there. I see the idea. It's like, it's not even that it might not be, but it's like Western art. If you're in a Western literature, you're in a Western art medium learning, you see France as like maybe the highest level on the Western medium.
I know. You know what just fucks me up is like, why on earth did we suddenly put philosophy in the hands of the French? Why?
Dude, it's Rousseau, Voltaire. Rousseau, who talked to his dog eventually. He just started talking to his dog.
That's the smartest. That's the smartest of the bunch. I mean, like later though, contemporary like continental philosophers. You know what I mean? Like post-structuralist philosophers. I'm like, this is just so dumb now. You know,
it is dumb when because they're like, these guys are full of butter, and they're like, what do you think about life? They're like, life is nothing. It's like, you're just full of butter. You can't think, dude. It's not that life is nothing. It's that you're nothing right now because you have butter everywhere. You know?
I don't know. I mean, maybe that's biased of me to think that like philosophy and thought needs to come from the most activated state imaginable, right? As a person, like in a personage, right? Like, true insight can't happen in a real leisure state, right? Aristotle used to say that leisure was the condition for philosophy, which is true to an extent, but for true insight, you need activation, right? You need a bit of
activation can come through on a singular means too. Like say you're in a leisure state, but say you have like fucking leukemia right in the beginning of your life or something.
Definitely.
Now you're outside of society. You've been thrust out of it.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of guys like that, you know? Who's that one doctor, dude, who was like a vegetable, only had his mind for he got like heavy polio in the beginning of his life and just was a vegetable. And you just like,
Stephen Hawking?
What's up?
Stephen Hawking?
No. He was, I don't know what his name was. It was the beginning of his life. He was polioed out, right? Just completely like a vegetable. He would just sit in his room and people would just play around him and he just could see and think, but he couldn't move or do anything.
That's Stephen Hawking.
Dude, there's more guys in that. He's not the only guy who's in a wheelchair. You know? Dude, you're watching Family Guy, the guy in the wheelchair. Oh my God, Stephen Hawking. Dude, there's more. There's other guys.
I just love that the most retarded guy in the world is the smartest guy in the fucking world.
This guy who sounds like he does this literally.
Yeah.
He does this literally. That's literally what he did. This is the universal show for retard, and
It's like the ultimate. It's the ultimate prank. You know what I mean? It's the ultimate troll. Is to be like, "What up?"
And then you're like, "Wait, play it back, slow it down," and it's like, "Oh, it's the meaning of life in there." You know what I'm saying? It's unbelievable.
Light and sound are just different frequencies of waves. I'm like, what the fuck?
You think there was one person in the beginning who was like, "Good job, Steven. Good job. You just found out the theory of," even though it's like the most amazing thing, he can't not do that. Like,
such a good job.
He does equal MC squared. Wow.
They gave him a sticker.
Put her there. Just kidding.
We're gonna get extra goldfish crackers today.
Meanwhile, he just cracked the 5D. Wow, 5D, huh? Someone's getting an extra biscuit. That's unreal. That's unreal.
Steven want a cracker? Steven want a cracker? I feel just some extra grapes because you did so well at astrophysics today.
Today's grape day. Yeah, they make him make wine because he just like his arms crush. It's like, oh, he's always crushing the shit. And the wine comes out. Well, anyway, the idea is that, listen, don't live in fear. Don't live, especially like the French who are Western fucks, but they got good art and they got good food and they got cute booties and they got no consent, which I guess, take it as you will.
It's like what in the 80s when people are like the Autobahn has no speed limit in France. It's like there's no consent there.
We have Autobahn, but for fucking, it's like go as fast as you want, as soon as you want, but
as early as young as you want.
Where's the Autobahn for pussy, huh? How you think? How you say ready, fresh out the oven. How you say? dude. I mean, again, but I love loving the time here, bro. It's even the mashed potatoes are fucking killing. I mean, it's a nice place to fucking hang out, dude. I mean, I don't know if it's very Western, it's very white. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have that trappings, that fucking Western ideology, right? But I can't say I fucking don't like it, man. The comics are cute, they're nice, you know.
Are they funny?
There's a couple funny ones that I saw.
Are you doing like expat comedy shows? I guess you are.
Expat, dude. What are you talking? How would I even?
I know.
Like, hello. I was throwing my deodorant out the other day when they're like, relatable.
I have a thought in the not shower.
You ever been not cleaning yourself when you say, ew, other people? It's like for people who smell that bad, the level of pretension plus the level of smell, it's a hilarious combination.
It's
true.
It's
true. Like that's why their noses are up at people, because if they went down, they would die, right? Jesus Christ.
It's kind of like the Stephen Hawking effect of like looking like mad retarded, but being like a mad genius. The French people like smell the worst, yet they make the best perfumes.
Oh, woo, that's funny.
There's something there.
That's very funny. That's very true.
That was an almost French thought that I just had. That's how good.
Imagine. So I guess like Chanel, the person would live in trash. Like she would just she was like Oscar the Grouch. She'd be like, okay.
The original Coco Chanel was a raccoon. People don't know that.
Yeah. Coco Chanel, most of her ideas came out like and then she went back down.
Deeper and deeper.
Yeah. Well, she was 95 when she died. So raccoon vibes for sure. You know, just dark circles. Like,
Raccoon vibes for life.
And these people, dude, these fashion designers, they live so long, right? I feel like if you take out their clothes, it's just safety pins, like that they use for themselves. Like just some tailor just going like, all right, we're gonna fucking keep this together. Because these guys are old as fuck, dude. All these guys, you know, Karl Lagerfeld and fucking Coco Chanel and Ann Taylor, who I don't even know what's going on there. But
Karl Lagerfeld died.
Yeah, recently. A true mind, by the way. That guy, all respect to these fashion guys. They're fucking artists. But I love France, dude. I love France. I'm not afraid to say it. They do have some Indians there, like 5 Indians, bro, and they all run the same kebab cart. I swear to God. I swear I screamed. I was like, Indians! And they're like, fucking this fucking guy's gonna make us go to
even they're like snobby French Indians.
Right, it's like Indian plus French. The level of
the kebabs they sell are like this big. They're really pretentious little kebabs.
Yeah, this is foie gras on rice. It's like, okay, what? Over rice. But I love you. I really think we'd have a good time here if we ever did. You know, there's a Mango fans. I fucking met some people after the show who were coming out. Like again, the thing has moved. We got some French fans.
Okay, good.
Dude, we have like they're not French. These are like, you know, people who moved around a lot. They're already kind of worldly, kind of locked in. So it's not like, I'm not saying that a guy who was selling baguettes was like, hey, Mango Bay, hey. It was like a guy who's already like, you know, exchange student, already kind of around. But it's out there, bro.
It's out there.
Fucking out there, bro. Listen, man, French is fine. Fear is not.
French is fine. Fear is not. It's a great way to end it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into Mango Biz. It's been a very special Zoom episode, zooming in all the way from France.
Very France. Hey, how you say? Fuck you, man.
We got my guy Usama Siddiquee at Usama Stands Up. I am at Pranav. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Remember to sign on to our Patreon. Subscribe to the YouTube, subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, leave a review. Every little bit of help and encouragement that you want to give us, it really does go a long way. We love you guys. Thank you.
Come again.
Come again.
Come again and again. Regardless of age. Regardless. Do whatever.
Anything you want.
Anything you want here at this boulangerie. That's amazing. Best bread I've had in my life. Fucking that's what I'm gonna say that again. Best bread and butter in the fucking world.
Was worth it.
Yeah. Colonization, but butter.
Right,
Stay safe, y'all. Live life. Prosper. We'll see y'all back at the
Your Mango Bay.